Job interviews, 2 words guaranteed to make even the most confident person sweat a little. It's like a first date, but with higher stakes and worse coffee. You're trying to impress strangers, sell yourself, and act like you understand what they do, even when you Googled it 5 minutes before. We all know the drill. You spend hours crafting the perfect resume, highlighting every accomplishment since you won that participation trophy in 3rd grade. You practice your answers to common interview questions, hoping you don't accidentally blurt out, "What's the company's name again?" But no matter how much you prepare, there's always a chance for things to go hilariously off the rails. Because let's face it, interviews are a breeding ground for awkwardness. It's like the universe conspires to make you trip over your words, spill your coffee, and reveal that your biggest weakness is actually a crippling fear of staplers. Picture this. You're midway through explaining your greatest strength, which is definitely not procrastination, you swear, when you notice the interviewer's eyes glazing over. You can practically hear them thinking, "Did I remember to take the chicken out of the freezer? Or how about the classic handshake fumble?" You go in for a firm, confident shake, only to accidentally grab their finger, or worse, miss entirely and end up awkwardly patting their arm. It's enough to make you want to crawl under the table and stay there until the whole ordeal is over. And then there's the technology tango. You're expected to be a tech wizard, seamlessly navigating Zoom calls and PowerPoint presentations. But what happens when your internet decides to take a nap mid-interview, or your carefully curated background image accidentally reveals your secret collection of rubber duckies? But here's the thing about awkwardness, it can actually work in your favor. When you embrace your inner goofball and let your personality shine through, you become instantly more relatable. Instead of trying to be someone you're not, own your quirks and don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. Did you just accidentally call the interviewer mom? Turn it into a joke. Did your phone go off in the middle of the interview with the Baby Shark theme song? Hey, at least it wasn't "Who Let the Dogs Out?" Honesty is key. When you're genuine and authentic, it puts everyone at ease, including yourself. So the next time you're asked about your biggest weakness, ditch the canned response about being a perfectionist and try something like, "I have an unhealthy obsession with reality TV, and sometimes I may or may not prioritize watching the latest episode of The Bachelor over finishing a spreadsheet." Section 4. Awkwardness to charm. Think about some of the most charming people you know. They're probably not the ones who are perfectly poised and polished all the time. More often than not, it's the ones who are a little rough around the edges, who aren't afraid to be themselves, even if it means occasionally putting their foot in their mouth. There's something endearing about someone who can laugh at themselves and doesn't take themselves too seriously. It makes them seem more human, more approachable, and ultimately more memorable. And in a sea of perfectly qualified candidates all vying for the same job, being memorable can be the key to standing out. So the next time you find yourself in an awkward interview situation, take a deep breath, embrace the weirdness, and remember that a little bit of humor can go a long way. After all, who wants to work with someone who's perfect anyway? Section 5. Embrace the weirdness. In the grand scheme of things, a slightly awkward interview is nothing to sweat over. It's just a conversation, and sometimes conversations are messy. The important thing is to be yourself. Let your personality shine through and show the interviewer that you're not just another cog in the machine. And hey, if all else fails, you can always walk away with a great story to tell at your next awkward social gathering. Because let's face it, we've all been there, and there's a strange comfort in knowing that we're all in this awkward, hilarious journey called life together.